afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News Now, coming to you from our digital studio. Just in time to put my microphone on. Let's talk about this brand new video that we have into our newsroom. This was the chase that occurred in East Cleveland last night. Just after 10 o'clock, officers tried to pull a driver over doing 56 miles per hour in a 25 zone. When police tried to pull over 33-year-old Robert McBride, he took off, led them on a chase, reaching speeds of 90 miles an hour. He loses control on about East 35th Street in Cleveland. He spins out, hits a stop sign, and then hits a cruiser. We're going to show you the video of that impact. And the cruiser that he hits, well, just happened to be the canine cruiser, the officer with the canine in the back. And you're going to see the officer release the dog, and it goes right after Mr. McBride. In fact, clamps down on his calf, and you're going to hear Mr. McBride give up pretty quickly. Now, what's also interesting of note is after officers were searching for a suspect that fled the vehicle, they come back to the original scene where the collision was, where McBride was taken into custody, and we're seeing a lot more of this. People who are bystanders who want to come out and they want to get their phone out and they want to start yelling at police officers, and it gets pretty heated. In fact, the canine comes back into play as the officer is telling people to get back because they are still trying to wrap up the arrest, and then the investigation would begin. And this was the end result last night. This was video from our photographer late last night. It was the scene in Cleveland. Again, it was a high-speed chase. That was the suspect vehicle that ends up hitting a stop sign, spinning out of control, and then as he tries to continue to run, you can see he rammed a cruiser. And again, the cruiser that he rammed, well, just happened to have the canine officer in the back, and the dog was released. And the canine Jack is his name, Jack in East Cleveland, yet again comes to the rescue and does the job that he has been trained to do, and is able to get that suspect to quickly comply. You're going to see that rather quickly, that he gets on the ground and says, my hands are behind my back, my hands are behind the back, and they pull the dog off. Again, it was a chase that occurred just after 10 o'clock last night. We're going to show you for the first time the dash cam video. You're going to see the collision, and then you'll see Canine Jack spring into action. Take a look.
Where's Canine at? Come in front of me.
All right, cut in front. Call it so I can focus on him.
Okay, I'm going to call it. As soon as he stops, deploy that Canine. We're passing 3-6, and we're going to be south on 3-7.
Right now, I got too many people outside watching. Just caution with it.
I'll be passing Longwood on 3-7. Passing Longwood on 3-7. He's going to make a left again. See, I told you. We're going to be westbound on Capers. Westbound on Capers.
You're about to see the collision. You'll hear an impact, and then Canine Jack quickly goes into action.
Jack, let's go! Get him! Get him! My hand's got my back! My hand's got my back! Ow! 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 My back! Yeah, I got him! Go over the pit! Hey, give me a backup officer.
One in custody. We're going after passenger.
Give me a backup officer. Let's go. Let's go.
This is the part of the video that they're looking for the second suspect that bailed from that SUV, that Chevy Blazer. They're going to do a short search of this complex, and they don't come up with anything. But the next interesting part is watch the reaction when officers return to that original scene, as bystanders, people who live in this community, come out to confront officers and really get sort of in the way of this investigation, and they have to use the canine to get them back.
Go with him. I got him. Go ahead. I got him.
They were quickly calling for backup because of the amount of people who were starting to surround the East Cleveland police.
Copy.
All right, second male's going to be wearing all blue. White t-shirt. It's not back in here. Keep an eye out for him.
You can hear the people screaming at police.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up!
At one point, you even saw that woman put her hands on the officer and shove him. That was until the dog was used to get her to back up. She made a comment that she was going to do something to the dog, and you heard the officer say something to the effect of, "You better not." And again, a very excitable scene as people came out to confront the East Cleveland officers. They had just completed a chase of a suspect that was doing 56 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. It was during the chase that the suspect reached speeds of 90 miles per hour through a very busy complex. You see there are condos all over in this area, and was putting a lot of people's lives in danger doing 90 miles per hour before he lost control and then rammed the back of the canine officer, the canine vehicle that you saw there. Again, it was a very tense scene. You can see there's an Ohio State Highway Patrol that had to be called in to really calm this situation down. And we're seeing more and more of this. People who think they need to come out and confront officers after really doing their job, trying to make a traffic stop, and a suspect taking off. First of all, the individual was doing 56 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. That alone is putting lives at risk. But then when tried to get pulled over, this is the suspect here, 33-year-old Robert McBride. He decided to take off and reaching speeds of 90 miles per hour plus. All total, after he was treated for his injuries, again, he was bit on the calf by Canine Jack as he exited the vehicle. McBride was taken to the East Cleveland City Jail and is going to be charged with a number of infractions, including fleeing and eluding, as well as damaging city property. That is when he rammed the city police car, the East Cleveland police vehicle. We wanted to bring this video to you in its entirety. In a lot of these cases, we heard people asking for transparency, so that's why we brought you the entire length of this video so that you could see it for yourself, exactly what happened. Exactly how long the canine was used. You saw that they got the canine off of the suspect fairly quickly after the suspect said, "My hands are behind my back." That's when they removed the canine officer. Wanted to bring it to you in its entirety to show transparency instead of just showing you maybe some short clips tonight on our evening news. We're going to wrap this up. We want to remind you we have the governor of Ohio today at 2 o'clock. He is touring a vaccine facility in Cincinnati, so we will bring you that live here on our digital platforms. For those of you watching LNL, we're going to turn you back over to them. For all the rest of you, I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.
19 News. First, fair, everywhere.